You know, we all argue. It's just part of life. But what if I told you there's a way to do it that actually makes your own point stronger and makes your relationship stronger at the same time? It's not about winning, it's about understanding. Today, we're going to dive into the art of arguing well. So let's start with this big question. Is the whole point of an argument just to win? To kind of crush the other person with your logic? I mean, a lot of the time that's what it feels like, right? But what if the real goal was to connect? To really understand where they're coming from and for them to understand you? Just shifting that one little thing can change absolutely everything. The key to making that shift is this really powerful tool called a counterargument. Honestly, this is the secret sauce. It's the technique that can turn what feels like a conflict into a moment where you actually get a deeper insight. This is where the magic happens. So, what in the world is a counterargument? It's actually super simple. It's just a different opinion from your own. And this is the part most people miss, the key is that you don't just ignore it or shut it down. You actually bring it into your own argument and think about it. This right here is a super simple 3-step game plan for making a strong argument. First, you acknowledge the other side. This shows you're actually listening. Then, you respond respectfully. No name calling, no getting nasty. And finally, you explain why your point still makes sense. When you do this, you don't just sound reasonable, you're proving you've thought the whole thing through, not just your own little piece of it. All right, theory is one thing, but let's actually see how this plays out. We're going to walk through a couple of quick examples together so you can really see this 3-step structure in the wild. Okay, let's take a classic debate, school uniforms. Imagine someone says this. Some say uniforms take away freedom of expression. Now think about it. What's happening here? This is that very first step in action, right? It's all about acknowledging their point of view fairly. Yep, that's a perfect example of step 1. You're not fighting back yet. You're just showing, hey, I hear you. I understand your main concern. And that simple little thing builds trust right from the get-go. Okay, now for the comeback. But students can still express themselves in other ways, like through art or words. What part of the process is this? This is step 2, the respectful reply. It takes their concern about expression and offers a different way to look at it. See how that works? It doesn't say their point is dumb or wrong. It actually validates their concern and then pivots, showing there are other solutions. You're addressing the issue without just creating more drama. Okay, let's look at a full example now, one that's a little more complex. This one is about later school start times. So here's the argument. Some people think school should stay early because parents need to drop kids off before work. That's a fair point, but research shows teens struggle to focus before 9 a.m. We can offer supervised time for early arrivals, so everyone wins. Now, in the next few slides, we're going to break this down and see how it perfectly follows our model. So first, what's the main claim? It's pretty clear. School should start later. But notice, the argument doesn't just stop there. It's already thinking about what someone might say against it. And boom, there it is. The writer immediately acknowledges a super practical real-world problem, parents' work schedules. And they even say, that's a fair point. Just that one little phrase lowers the temperature and shows they're not just ignoring the tricky parts. And here's the final brilliant step. Instead of just saying, well, that's their problem, the writer offers a real, practical solution. This isn't about just winning. It's about finding a way forward that could actually work. Suggesting supervised time in the morning shows they're trying to make this a win for everyone. So we've seen the technique, but why does it work so darn well? This isn't just some clever debater's trick. It's actually rooted in a much, much deeper principle about how we should connect with each other. I love this thought. Truth listens, even when it disagrees. Just think about that for a second. Real strength, real confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about being secure enough to really hear out an opposing view. You see, the whole point of a healthy argument should be to build a bridge of understanding. You're trying to build something new together, not to break the other person down or destroy the connection you have. This idea is captured so perfectly right here, speaking the truth in love. It's a great reminder that how we say something is every bit as important as what we say. Truth delivered with kindness and respect, well, that's way more powerful. And, you know, history gives us this amazing example. The Apostle Paul, on trial for his life, didn't start screaming or shouting. Instead, he respectfully listened to King Agrippa and just responded with calm logic. It's this incredible reminder that a strong point doesn't need a loud voice. So if you remember one thing, let it be this.
You never have to silence someone else to make your own voice heard. In fact, listening well is one of the greatest signs of strength and respect you can possibly show. It's a huge part of loving well.
Okay, so we've covered the how and the why. So what now? Where do we go from here? This is your call to action. It's all about how you can build with your words.
Look, here's the bottom line. Just being smart isn't enough. If you have all the education in the world but no moral compass, you can actually do a lot of damage. Smart communication isn't about having the wittiest comeback. It's about making good choices, choosing to build, to understand, and to respect. And honestly, when we focus on those constructive principles, that's where we find real peace.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. Every single conversation you have today is a choice. You can build a wall or you can build a bridge. So the question is, what bridge will you build with your words today?